I don't think it's a big deal. In the scheme of things, it's just part of our job hazard, so to speak. I believe it's probably to do more with local politics than anything else, so that you have those around the president probably giving a different narrative than really what's on the ground. And maybe they feel a bit threatened by us being able to participate in such an event, that maybe we might be able to raise the issues of wananchi, which they probably do not and are not able to raise as they continue singing in the choir. So maybe it has, I think, in my own opinion, I think it has a lot to do with that. But I also don't think it's a big deal. I don't even really think it's of any consequence as such. I think it's just playing out as the years progress to the next 3 years. We'll see quite a bit of this, a lot of posturing. But at the same time, the bigger issue really for me, I am happy listening to the president yesterday that the things we have been agitating for have suddenly come to be addressed. So as a leader of this county and a leader in the country, you saw us in Embu, where we had a caucus for Mount Kenya, and you've heard us agitate a lot about the issues of milk, which I would tell you a lot of our county is really agricultural. So milk is a big issue. So when you have farmers getting 17 shillings per litre, they're not even able to keep their cows. So for us, that was a big deal. And when we agitated and we saw yesterday that that has been addressed, then I'll continue making noise until everything is addressed, because really that's my work. So again, we have to always remember, as members of parliament, one of our biggest roles is oversight. And our oversight is not only for the county government, but also for the national executive. So when we also raise the issues of, you've had those issues raised even by other leaders from other areas in Mount Kenya, for example, who have talked about coffee, about tea, we've also talked about potatoes, we've talked about rice and all that sort of stuff. So just seeing that money is being pumped into those areas and help is on the way, then I am glad. If that's what it takes for the people to get the services they deserve and they need. You all heard and you've seen at the beginning of the year and in the last year, there has been a lot of disquiet about the issue of economics not being so good for most of our people. The farmers are suffering, everybody is suffering. So if in any way, if by continuously bringing those issues to the table, whether we are called tanga-tanga or whatever tags we are given, if by bringing those issues to the table, the issues get addressed, I have no apologies. I will continue to do it, and we shall also not stop. Just the issues were raised by the president, and he gave the solutions, but now there are also those who are supposed to handle those issues, to make them, implement them. So we shall still continue agitating until the implementation of the same is done. So we shall continue. I'm happy the president has listened to us. The fact that there has been action has a lot to do with the agitation. So regardless of what the tags may be, regardless of whether we are shut out or shut in, I'm also a bit surprised that in such a public function, there can be those who are kept in and those who are kept out. I think the president belongs to all Kenya. Our offices, we are also elected into the offices that we are holding. So when we also go there, we are representing those that we represent. But again, like I said, it's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal. Again, I believe it's petty politics. You have petty Nakuru politicians probably trying to keep others out because they feel threatened. But at the end of the day, that's neither here nor there. And as long as my people are getting the services, expect to keep hearing me talking until the services are handled and implemented. Thank you. The same, what would you expect? He's sitting with those who are feeding him that sort of information. So when he stands up, I would expect that he'll pick up on that and raise what it is that he has been fed. And if that's what it is, then so be it. As long as the issues affecting wananchi are addressed, it's of no consequence, and it's really, in my opinion, it's neither here nor there. Yeah, and I don't think that there is a rift necessarily between the leaders, but local leaders would also play their own local politics into all this. So that's why you see some kept out, some kept in. Mheshimiwa here Gekaria is the area MP. I have never heard of a function where the area MP or the senator is told that you cannot access the venue. There were also many other people from Nakuru when we stood at the gate who were not allowed to get in. So I have not seen before where the president is put in a little parking, where the tents are put in a little parking area, the president is put in there, and then they selectively let those who come in be those I don't know who. I mean, I'm not very sure who, if the area MP cannot come in. But at the end of the day, it changes nothing. It stops nothing. We hold the offices we hold because we were given those offices by the people. And I think it's always good to be okay with contrary opinions. That is what democracy is about. And when we are talking about uniting Kenyans and keeping others out, I think Kenyans are not stupid. They can see where this is going. But at the same time, we are not going to be so rattled that we lose focus of what we are trying to do or the vision that we have to make sure that our people get the services they require. We shall continue. Whether we are kept in or out, we shall serve the people. I don't need to be seated there to be able to serve my people. And as long as the issues are addressed like they were, then I'm good.